Title MMA's got you covered with everything you need to get into MMA like a pro. MMA masters Duke Rubus and Red Schaefer take you through the basics of MMA to get you inside the sport and show you what you really need to know. But you'll also get inside secrets and techniques that can only be mastered from years in the cage. Now you can learn from the best and get ready to give it your all with top quality Title MMA products like these. Title's freestyle throwing and grappling dummy, made of incredibly durable triple ply synthetic leather that'll stand up to all the punches, kicks, jabs, takedowns, chokeholds, and ground pounding you can give it, and still come back for more. Professional Thai pads and Twins Muay Thai pads for serious competitors. Imported from Thailand, these rugged, all-leather, overstuffed pads give you the target you need to develop powerful kicking skills. The Grappling Dummy Heavy Bag, the ultimate 2-in-1 training bag, combining the realistic human form with a durable heavy pad. Give it jabs, straight shots, angle punches, hooks, uppercuts, and more to take your training to the next level. The Twins MMA Thai Shield, handcrafted in Thailand. Super shock-absorbing layered cell foam welcomes every offensive blow and strike and begs for more. Perfect for MMA, Muay Thai, and combat training. Title leather 12 and 16-pound medicine balls. Great for explosive training and endurance training. Title super plastic speed ropes. Super lightweight, but ball-bearing fast. Top quality leather headgear from Title Boxing, Title MMA, and Twins offer you the most protection in your training routine. Title MMA Gel Pro Shin Instep Guards feature our exclusive gel-enforced lining for even greater protection and form fit. Double padding where you need it most. Twins Open Palm Wrist Strap Gloves, designed for training and competition. A full half-inch of padding over knuckles, fingers, and back of the wrist for uninhibited attack. Full leather construction with elastic thumb loop for excellent freedom of movement and security. Title Platinum Body Protector, perfect for working on body shots and lower body techniques. Use in conjunction with punch mitts to simulate actual sparring. The special layered cell foam really takes a pounding. All these and more Title MMA products will have you looking, feeling, and fighting like the warrior you need to be. Let Duke and Red teach you the tricks of the trade that'll have you winning fights in no time. Bigger, better, faster, and stronger with Title MMA. Check out these products and more at TitleMMA.com. Do it now.
Hi everyone, I'm Eric Red Schaefer. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've been doing MMA for about 11 years now. I got in the UFC. I'm a UFC veteran. I love grappling. I'm more of the ground fighter. I like to take it down to the ground, use ground and pound, submit the guy with submission holds. It's a little bit different than striking, but you know, it's half the game. Whether you're a striker or a grappler, you know, you need to know your takedowns, you need to know your submissions, offense and defense. I learned my striking with Duke Rufus to round out my game, so if you're more of a striker, you should hopefully these videos help you learn your grappling. Alright guys, the first thing a grappler wants to do is get it to the ground. It's not so easy. You need to learn your takedowns, you need to learn your wrestling. And the easiest way to start your wrestling is from the clinch. It's a lot less explosive, a lot easier to understand than a very explosive double leg, all right? So, all the clinch wrestling is based off of the pummel, all right? When me and Coach get into a pummel, which you see in every boxing match, every MMA fight, we're going to get into a clinch. Now we have tie knees and all sorts of other good stuff in here, but as a wrestler, I want underhooks, all right? As you can see here, I have one underhook, one overhook. This is kind of the basic way we're going to hit the clinch, all right? Now, I want both underhooks. When I have both underhooks, I control his body. I'm locking out his hips. I'm controlling him. I'm moving him where I want. His legs are no longer a factor. Once I have the underhooks and his back locked out, I can take him down. So before we get to that phase, we're going to learn the pummel, all right? So kind of a standard drill is as we start off, we're going to have one underhook, one overhook, all right? Now, this overhook here needs to become an underhook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some space. I'm going to slide right along my body and skim it through, and I'm going to come out, get my underhook, and he's actually going to do the same thing on the other side. And now this becomes my underhook. Now I have an overhook on the far side. So as we're battling, we're going to keep exchanging positions. Now as we start to spar, the winner is the guy who battles and gets both underhooks. So as I'm pummeling, you'll see me do a few things here. My hand is staying next to my body, and I'm stepping in with my leg. So my left underhook's coming in, my left leg is going to drive in. Now notice too, this underhook isn't a weak underhook. Watch him overhook. This is not an underhook. This is an underhook. Very deep, holding the shoulder. That's a very strong underhook, all right? So we'll do a little drill here. It's kind of a very nice warm-up drill too when you're wrestling or just MMA sparring. As I do a pummel, he's going to pummel me back. It's a nice warm-up. So watch our footwork. We're switching our foot, driving. All right? So we'll do a few of those as a warm-up. And then we can do a little more sparring. But as I come through, if I'm good, I'm going to beat him and get the double underhook. All right? As you can see, I'm getting a very nice S grip. S grip is very nice because it doesn't blow your forearm strength. It's a very nice grip. The fingers hold it into place. I'm going to get my S grip, double underhooks, lower back, right below the back, the lats, you'll feel a little indentation. I'm going to roll right there. As you can see, Coach is in a very uncomfortable position. His hips are gone. I can move him around. And from here, the easiest takedown in wrestling, and one of the first you learn, is called the outside trip. Lower back, squeeze it in. Outside, just going to trip that one leg, and I'm going to fall down to the ground. Outside trip, very, very basic, but you still see Randy Couture, many elite guys use it. All right, so we have the over-under. I'm going to dig through, get my double underhooks, switch down to the lower back. Now watch, right below his lats, squeeze him in. You can see him, it's very uncomfortable for him. So I'm going to step in on the outside and just kick that leg out and land on the ground. One of the most important takedowns, but always, always effective. Now we're getting that clinch really well. There's a lot more options from there. If you've seen Randy Couture, we can pick the guy up. We got the outside trip. Now we're going to go for a nice combination, all right? Nice, good Greco-Roman. Greco-Roman refers to any wrestling that's above the waist. It's a specific type of wrestling, very good for MMA because you're fighting on the cage. You're not going for the shot as much, so you're clinched in here fighting, all right? So we're going to go for one move. It's going to cause him to react, and it's a combo takedown, all right? I'll show it. We're going to do the same thing as before. We start with our pummel. We're going to drive through, create our double underhooks, locking the back again. Now this time, instead of an outside trip, I'm going to try an inside trip. All right? Very simple. I'm just going to find, let's go with this leg, Coach. Turn a little. I'm going to trip on the inside here. And as I hit it, he's actually just going to step back. Because that's his natural reaction. He feels that inside trip coming, he's going to outstep it. Now, I have a very nice body lock right here. I'm going to step to the outside here. Now look at, I'm blocking his leg. Now, all I'm going to do is turn the corner and he's going to be taken down. He's completely out of position. So that first step made him lose his posture, and I'm going to take him down with a nice body lock throw. All right, so we start position. Always nice, good pummeling. Step in, body lock. Do my inside trip right here. He's going to step out. That's what I wanted right there. This leg is just, I'm going to outstep off to the side. Now notice, I'm never, this is all wrestling, all fighting in general. I'm always using lowering my level with my hips. All right, I'm getting nice and low. All right. So when I go low, my leg is blocking. Now, I'm just going to, almost like a steering wheel, I'm going to turn the car here right over my leg and take him down. Now, Randy Couture, this is his move. He loves the inside trips. He loves the body lock throws, all right? Once again, we get in here. Inside swim, drive our leg forward, Locked it. All right, so we're gonna go for inside trip. He's gonna step out. I'm gonna step off to the side. I'm kind of getting an angle on him. It's gonna make him easier to pick up. Now, just like any squat, use your legs. Don't just use your arms. You'll never pick up a guy your own weight with just your arms, all right? So, we're here, inside trip, he steps back. I'm gonna turn the corner, lowering my legs, and then I'm blocking with my leg and turning the wheel, all right? This is a specialty of Randy Couture. A lot of other wrestlers love this one too. Even Carl Parisian likes that inside trip to body lock. For our next takedown, we're going to go more to the leg takedowns, all right? This is more the freestyle, but because of the octagon and the ring and the ropes too, whatever you're doing in MMA, I can now use the ring or the cage to help me out. So I don't have to take an amazing shot in the middle of the ring. I can actually use the cage or clinch, either way. So imagine the cage is behind coach here. We've got a nice clinch in here. We're working our same pommel type stuff. What I'm going to do, instead of working on the body, I'm going to lower myself and attack a leg. Now usually he's got one forward, you know, and in this case it's his left leg's forward, just like his stance. So as we're in here clinching, I'm going to be swimming through. What I'm going to do, most important part of freestyle wrestling is changing your levels. So as I'm in here, I got my nice underhook, I'm just going to drop my levels. Now notice, it's all on the hips here. I didn't bend at my back. That's you can see, I lose all power, he pushes my head down. It's the worst wrestling. And you see that, especially when fighters get tired, is they start bending at the waist. I have to change, squat down, use my legs when I do this. And notice too, when I do use my legs, my head stays up. Very important in fighting because you can get guillotined, you can get struck. If your head is down, he can push you down, knee in the face. If my head is up here, it's very, he can't guillotine me, he can't, all the knees are going to have to, if I put my head down here, you're just asking to get kneed. So, when I do change levels right here, I'm going to change my levels at my hips, not at my back. Now notice my head, it's right in the side of his chest, and I'm using it, all right? I'm not just, my head is my third arm. I can use it to move him, and it's very important in this takedown. So, lowering my level, grabbing right around the single leg. And this is a high single. I'm very high on the leg, and I'm just picking him up. My head is in his chest, very strong. Just like the Thai clinch, having a strong neck is very important in wrestling also. So, I'm just picking up his leg, very simple, using my legs. Now, that's just not the takedown. Just picking up a leg happens all the time. To finish it, we're going to do what we call, it's an Oklahoma term, I believe, running the pipe. I'm going to almost do like a football hike and throw him down to the ground, all right? So, when I got him here, notice, I have his leg, and my whole upper body's locked on his hip too, all right? So when I do this running the pipe motion, I'm pushing down here and here, and I'm just going to almost do a football hike. My rear leg is going to do a small C. I'm going to step out this way, and I'm using my body to throw him down, all right? So if you just use your arms, it's not going to work. I got to use my body on his hips to 2 points of contact. Here with my arm, and here with my shoulder type, all right? Notice my head's up. So, we're in here, drop down to the single leg, all right? Now notice my head's up, perfect position, all right? Now, rear leg is going to do a small pivot out, and I'm going to, almost like I'm hiking a football, driving my shoulder right down on that hip, all right? This is great against the cage. The cage is behind here. I can't take him that way because the cage is right here. So I have to almost create some room off to the side here and then do my run the pipe. Hike the football. All right? Very easy. It's not too explosive either. It's just a nice, hip motion. Boom. All right? Very simple. It takes really good for MMA because with the cage, it really locks his hips down. All right? Alright guys, now, for better or worse, the double leg takedown is probably the most famous takedown you'll ever see in the UFC. The problem with it is it's a high-risk move. You're doing it from far away. It requires a little bit of athleticism. The clinch is a lot easier because you're a lot closer. The double leg, you'll see in the fights, guys get stuffed. They'll get sprawled on it. It takes a lot of energy, and if you fail a double leg, you're in a lot of trouble. But it's still very, you need to know it, and you need to know how to defend it. So, the basics of the double leg first, all right?